Hello and welcome to another video by me, Anzani84, and today we are going to be doing the next chapter of Super Sentai vs Power Rangers, Chapter 22, Earth Flash Attack. In my last episode, Cole was acquired by Aka Red to make another of his appearances to save the heroes in desperate need. Aka Red then came out of Cole's body for now. Aka Red Sensei, said Cole doing his bow. Wow, he managed to turn her into a weeaboo. Even more of a weeaboo than the other characters. Anyway, next. Well, Cole, you did a good job, but now we must proceed to train these people to do a team attack, said Aka Red. You mean they're not trained much already? As you said, my power and yours are with others, said Cole. Changeman and the Flash were introduced to each other for a new alliance. A tiny robot of odd-shaped Mag finally showed up after not being present in the last episode. Even the narrative is calling out its own flaws. Good that we've got allies to help us. I predict that this combined attack will really be that powerful that the monster won't be able to absorb it, said Mag. How do you make that leap in logic? Oh, hi there, little fellow. What's your name? Said Harry, referring to Mag, the tiny robot that came to greet them. Greetings, Changeman. I am Mag, the assistant android here. Now you and the Flashman will certainly get together to form a deadly attack to defeat our enemies, said Mag. Okay, and I'm gonna ding the bell because Mag is definitely not tiny by any definition of the word tiny. Tiny. Is that possible that both powers can unite? Said a skeptical Sayaka. I think that it is possible for such a power attack to be developed, said Mai. I say we better get to our training started now, or it'd be too late, said Shell. The hour is unnecessary. That's the spirit. After the victory, I'll treat you on a Tonkat with a discounted rate for you all, said Yuma. I mean, he doesn't charge discounted rates already. Some friend he is. He's kind of short compared to Alpha 5, said Adam, referring to Mag. No, I haven't seen the two together. I think they're about the same size. Isaac. I agree, I do admit the fact that Kimberly Hart got to meet a robot more similar to Alpha 5 on their mission, but he really looked better in my opinion based on the photograph, said Catherine. Okay, so it's just the author's biases shining through. Oh, the bonding has finally begun. Chief Ibuki showed up to train both teams to shape. Well, time for us to train together as much as possible to defeat this new enemy we are facing, said Chief Ibuki. Looks like we need to get ourselves together, said Jin. I agree if we are to beat that new menace, said Hiryu. Oh, both Jin and Hiryu shook hands, much to Chief Ibuki's approval. But there's no time for nonsense, guys. You have to all work together if you expect to beat the enemy, said Commander Ibuki. The last man and Changeman began to cooperate. There's a double red, double blue, double pink, and a white, yellow, and green black team up going on. That could have been worded better. Now your tag teams are ready? Alright, ready, set, go! Said Commander because he fired his pitch to signal for him to do the obstacle course. We had to pass through an obstacle course with the others. Cole, however, frightened as he realized his body had become too strong. Why the hell is that fighting anyway? There's anything we can't deny it, Cole, is that you're really a Superman, said Captain Marvelous. So what you're saying is he can be defeated by kryptonite? I guess this is destiny, said Cole. And yes it is, said Aka Red. But now we must see the extent of our powers. But remember, Cole, you can't get it cooler than me, said Captain Marvelous. I have to agree there. I don't find Marvelous that cool, but in this fit, he's definitely way cooler than Cole has been written at all. Oh, the monster absorbed energy and throws it back. Even he has its limits. I believe you two different Sentai teams can work together. You can overload the monster to his demise, said Kai Chen. I like the way you think, Kai Chen, said Luca. Thanks, Luca, said Kai Chen, who somewhat had an interest with Luca, but not in the romantic way. Oh, come on, why deny this relationship? You already went for several stupider ones. At least this one, they both got something in common, as tenuous as it is. Let's get back to training, said Catherine. But first, must be a team attack between you two which should impact his eternal organs, said Cole. He was donned with spandex suits. What? To be that. Cole became a Red Conqueror and they had to eat. Acting the Super Sentai ball with both teams to attack and plenty of rocks to use for training. I thought this Cole guy was just another butt monkey for Aka Red, but I was wrong. He's one awesome dude, said Gokai Red. And again, you are cooler. Cole powered down to further train his body to become stronger than the others. You mean, I'm pretty sure he can do that transformed. I guess this is it fellows, said Cole, began lifting up more rocks out of the suit to train the others. Well, Cole, you can help both Super Sentai and output both Power Rangers and Super Sentai even more, Sakurai. Out of Sentai year 2011, Cole was now thinking about what Cole's real purpose would be in the organization, to be a Deus Ex Machina. She was talking to Robo Kent about Akared. You all met Akared, didn't you, during the fight with Kronos according to the records? You sound confused. Have you read the records or did someone tell you about them? Eiji, can you tell me your experience then? Said Director Aya. Yes, Director. In fact, it was the reason why I gathered some warriors, namely Nanami, Tsubasa, Tetsu, and Asuka to help me rescue my body using the time warfare in. He mentioned Hugh as the embodiment and born out of the dream of the 30 Red Rangers, said Eiji Takauka. But he didn't say about it incoherently, that's all me. He thanks to his author. But he has 34 powers now, said Satoru. I just wonder how he had the power of time red. I mean, the time ain't to be disbanded across time. Yes, how can the metaphysical embodiment of all the Sentai Red's power, how possibly he has got his whole and of form he could not have gotten non-metaphysically? It boggles the mind. In fact, we can't find these guys for 1,000 years in the future at all. I'm pretty sure that's because they have raised themselves from time. I simply am still perplexed about what purpose Cole really served, but Akira has entered into his body whenever higher power is needed. I also think that he could be used for a field commander, but he's really beating out the others in terms of being a powerhouse. Even Tommy is not that powerful. Tommy gets stressed out switching in between his four forms. Cole does it with relative ease, said Director Aya. Until then, we'll do our best to help him fit in the group. No one can forget his humiliating entry either, said Sakura. Sakura was struggling about her feelings. She was growing close to Cole, who she only considered a friend. She was still in love with Satu, who was also in love with her, but he never spoke it out. He'd only love his adventure. How many times do I have to say this? Meanwhile, both Giluk and Hamas were planning their next attack. Leigh Vonda and Lee Nessel were also getting ready to let Giraidon do his worst. They were at the mess headquarters. It's called Lab, discussing their next course of action. I fear the Changemen will collaborate with the heroes soon enough and the Red conquer as well, said Hamas. Then we must try to divide them. Giluk and Hamas attack one part of the city. The others bring Giraidon to the other. That way we kill two birds with one stone. Oh, me, Rio, and guards us to try to get rid of United Super Sentai and Power Ranger Alliance members here, said Tranza. That'd be fun, said Harris. I can't wait to see results. Plan has been hatched at last. How long it take? The other forces have decided to try Operation Divide and Conquer. It was finally done. That quickly? We have no choice but divide, said Sarah. You mean split up? I don't know how long we can handle it, but we have no choice, said Sayaka. Everyone was giving a nut to everybody move. It's time to dispatch whatever they had. They took a risk to fight evil. Men now facing both Giluk and Hamas for another time. Simply facing both Giluk and Hamas once more. We end the battle here and now, said Giluk. Then let this be our final battle, said Jane Dragon. It's where we draw a conclusion, changed men, said Hamas. And that we will, ill-changed men. Changed men now fighting both Giluk and Hamas who are vengeance-filled. Giluk and Hamas are now drawing near, one sword class after the other. Male members are dealing with Giluk and the female members are dealing with the Hamas. It was a focused fight to finish, which we don't get any further detail on. If we kill them, we can get our promotion, said Giluk. Right with you, Giluk, said Hamas. Hamas are fighting with Changed Mermaid and Changed Phoenix. So you haven't changed a bit, haven't you, Hamas? Said Changed Mermaid. So she has changed? I'm still the cruel queen of Amazo, said Hamas. Well, no, Amazo was destroyed, so you're the queen of nothing. When you taste the power, of the mermaid and the phoenix, said Changed Mermaid. I can't agree with you more, said Changed Phoenix. Changed Mermaid through the mermaid attack and Changed Phoenix the phoenix attack into Hamas. I never would have guessed that only they could perform most specific attacks. Hamas was severely weakened. Drawing their sword, the two females mortally wounded Hamas, meaning they killed her. Giluk on the other hand was now facing Changed Dragon, Changed Griffin and Changed Pegasus. Well, Giluk, looks like we'll have to kill you a third time, said Changed Dragon. As I was said, I was Ghost Giluk, Super Giluk, and back to Giluk, said Giluk. You forgot the part where he was Giraffe. Serious time, ring the bell. Shut up and fight, said Changed Griffin. I think I know what to do, said Changed Pegasus. Changed Pegasus blinded Giluk with the Pegasus Inazuma Spark. He's blinded. Now's our chance, said Change Pegasus. Let's do our attacks together, said Change Dragon. 3 of them executed me. Dragon attack, Griffin attack, and Pegasus attack together. Galoot. Curse, said the House of Galoot. Well, I guess it's time to finish this off once for all. Everybody draw the parts of Change Bazooka, said Change Dragon. Draw them on this piece of paper. Said both Galoot and Hammers. That generally means they're saying no. The Changemen blast their respective weapons at Galoot and Hammers. I guess that takes their bat, said Change Dragon. If they did survive, others will stop them. Never mind, well, they shouldn't have survived, since, like you said, Hammers was mortally wounded. Never mind what's going on between Gokai Red's team and the United Alliance of Evil. So you think you can beat us out, can you? You're dealing with a second command here, said Tranza. We'll beat you out of that fast, Tranza. You're just no match to me. Captain Marvelous, said Gokai Red, drawing his Gokai saber. Okay, this dude made Marvelous even more awesome. Maybe you should have perished back to where you came from, said Captain Marvelous. Wait, what? Or maybe we should have destroyed you back in 1991 on Earth. You're foolish, said Tranza. That seems like an odd reaction to something Tranza should have no memory of happening. Gokai Red challenged Tranza one-on-one in a gallant-style sword battle. New Ranger and Future dealt with Gaja and Ryuon. Zero Ranger 4 and Zero Ranger 1 dealt with Gaja, and Blue Galaxy Ranger and Gokai Yellow dealt with Ryuon. This is going to be a great way to know each other, said Gokai. I agree with you, Luca. So I get to see your lost galaxy before I leave to my world. What lost galaxy would that be? Because I'm pretty sure there wasn't a lost galaxy within the... never mind, let's go. Back. Just like old times, her cat, said Zero Ranger 4. Let's not waste time and kick some butt, said Zero Ranger 1. Gokai used her wits and Gokai Blue Galaxy Ranger his sword to beat Ryuon. Gal was beaten by Zero Ranger 4 and Zero Ranger 1 by attacking him from behind. Lastly, Gokai Red beats Tranza with a good attack and ends with the Gokai gun shooting at the 3 enemies. Well, Tranza, I win this round. Adios, said Gokai Red. We'll see each other again, said Tranza, leaving a place with 2 cronies, Guards and Ryuon. He's waving his cronies. Meanwhile, Flashman's still struggling with the Gyraidon. Oh, he actually included the definitive article this time. Being knocked down seriously by its attacks. Gyraidon was too powerful to deal with. Changeman, where are you? Said at last. You're all dead meat, said Lavanda. The alliance wasn't such a bad thing, said Dr. Lee Kevin, was seeing his creation beat out with Last Man. Okay, that's an error since they didn't see Lee Keflin until the finale. In the most desperate moment, Changemen arrived. Changemen arrived to assist the Flashmen. Tranza's cronies appeared as well. Red Conqueror appeared as scheduled. Sorry to disappoint you, Mess, but we're here, said Change Dragon. Changeman, said Red Flash. It's good we have backup, said Yellow Flash, surprised. He said, I thought Galoot and Hammers had taken care of you. Well, we're beat again, said Change Griffin. We'll definitely beat this monster, said Changeman Pegasus. The Changemen went into a fight position. Red Conqueror arrived, spraying some energy on the Flashmen so we can finally finish the battle once for all. There's some Hedras and Zolos. Thanks, Cole, said Red Flash. Now I feel I can start kicking butt once more, said Green Flash. No problem, it's all in my day's work. I am after all an aid to the weaker good, said Red Conqueror. Change Dragon, Change Griffin, Change Pegasus, Change Mermaid, Change Phoenix, Red Flash, Green Flash, Blue Flash, Yellow Flash, Pink Flash, Changeman, Flashman, unite as one, said both Change Dragon and Red Flash together. They made a roll call and now a fight ensued. Tranza's cronies were however too weak and had to retreat. Now the fight can go uninterrupted. Gokai Red's team decided not to intervene in the battle as planned. Then what are they even here for? Changeman and Flashman did various attacks to beat the Hedras and Zolos. They did attack together to clear out an entire area of goons. Now it's my turn to finish things, said Gyraidon. Red Conqueror said, Team, here's a ball. Changeman and the Flash began to pass a ball around until enough energy was filled to the attack. As usual, I deflect your attack, said Gyraidon. Not this time, said Red Flash. Now time to kick the ball together, said Change Dragon. Both Change Dragon and Red Flash kicked the ball together, hitting towards Gyraidon. Gyraidon finally fell down. Not enough, you must fire your weapons together, said Red Conqueror. Change paired their Change Bazooka and the Flashman their Rolling Vulcan. Oh, that's easy, I'll still absorb it, said Gyraidon haughtily. This dude's a glutton for punishment, is he? He tried to absorb the energies of both weapons, but he discovered Hugh as overloaded. You're as bad as had the spelling he was as few as. Red Conqueror combined both projectiles to form a super deadly weapon. Now, feel the power of the Red Conqueror, said Red Conqueror. Who else could have said it? Red Flash? In a surge, the combination of Earth Force and Flash destroyed Gyraidon. Mean Flash power? Curse it! The Chimera we created was destroyed. There's only one solution to this, said Dr. Lee Keflin. Monster enlarging jellyfish Kragan was launched to enlarge the defeated monster. Nobody called for him. Why is he here? This'll be a cool battle. I can feel my bones tingling with excitement, said Goku. Let's leave him to battle, said Goku. This is a bear fight. We've done ours. Okay, if you're confused by that comment, considering how little we newbies have done, in the original version of this fic, the author had the Okaidas handing out the Ranger keys to the other three so they could change into the pre-Zoo Ranger Sentai, simply by holding up the keys and saying the transformation phrases. Its readers object to this because they felt transforming using a gimmick without its associated transformation item made the transformation item pointless in universe, and the author responded by deleting all references to the idea. Yeah, but to that I say, having watched Kyoryuja, Zio, and a few other shows where the characters are able to transform using the gimmick on their own, it's not that ridiculous. I mean, it could have worked if he decided to have it be less easy than simply saying the transformation phrase, because if that was the case, then they transform into the 80s Sentai simply by saying, let's use this power, the power of X. Okay? Well, let's do battle, said Red Flash. I couldn't agree more, said Change Dragon. And Change Shuttle and the Star Condor appeared launching their components. Once more, it's the shuttle base, not the Change Shuttle. Flashman formed the Flash King and the Changeman the Change Robo. Alright, it's time we finish this battle, said Red Flash and Change Dragon. So you think you can beat me, eh? Let's see about that, said Gyraidon, who began firing the same deadly wave to nullify the two robots. We have to work together, we expect to succeed, said Change Dragon. Then what Agared said. Both Change Robo and Flash King did a team punch together against Gyraidon. Ouch, that hurt, said Gyraidon, who was sent reeling by a double punch. Surely he could have absorbed that. What kind of pussy is this monster? Both were to focus on using physical attacks to knock him down. They both drew their respective swords to perform the team attacks. The Super Cosmo Flash is going hand in hand with the Super Funbolt on one end after the other. That is a rather weird way of phrasing it. Surely, does he mean they were performing the attack together? Did Change Robo lend Flash King its sword to perform the attack? Oh, I get more energy again, said Gyraidon. You haven't really been absorbing much energy as of right now. However, Gyraidon was filled with so much energy from the attack, only one of the attacks, that it exploded. There seems to be a common weakness in these monsters. They can't take the energy either absorbing. Both robots shook hands with heroes finally descended to celebrate their victory. We did it, said both teams. Meanwhile, at Mess, Lardeus was angry at the results of their failures. So it looks like we're left of our own selves now to beat the Flashman of whatever monster improvements we can have, said Lardeus. Okay, so that is a rather weirdly worded sentence again. As said, sire, as said, I will do more than I have as a present, said Dr. Lee Kevin is now more than ever planning to exploit the weak spots of Lardeus. He's also trying to hire the best allies he could. Cowler, that's supposed to be Cowler, been interested in getting whatever specimens he could get to help the Empire. Okay, where was Cowler throughout all of this? He's the Flash Man's most personal nemesis, and you just only reduced him to this pointless cameo. And also, ring the bell, because Catherine was only determined to destroy Lardeus in the show's last few episodes. It wasn't a season-long goal. Happy Night Lines of Evil Headquarters, the Alligator was angry results. Turned out to be about the Harris and Gloop managed to survive but changed in attacks. How? Harmes was mortally wounded. She should not have survived anything. Apparently, we might as well stick whatever we have in our ranks. We might be making a mistake of getting too much. Yes, you are. And I can have to think of more cruel plots about be so sick the good guys will vomit, said Renegade. So he wants the good guys to vomit, not anything worse. What kind of... why is he our big bad again? Sire, we're sorry for the loss of this mission, said Tranza. Sire won't do anything. Benefit of your suffering, suffering and bleed, said Radagay. Radagay fires a series of dangerous lightning on Tranza. Trans can be seen bleeding. Oh sure, Radagay, give me all you want. I'll get even with you, said Tranza. He got up, and Radagay didn't respond to that. He bent out his anger on the rest. His eyes were flaming red. Emperor, please reconsider, said Gardo, who tried to Emperor, please reconsider. To beg. The guard's also getting electric shocks pounded on the ground. Those are two separate punishments. Maybe I should make an invention to give him a sense of humour, said Gardo, who's also bleeding. Gardo isn't really an inventor. Luke and Ahmed were terrified as well, thinking their new recruit may end in jeopardy. I thought you were preventable officers. Maybe I should just vaporize you, said Renegade. Man, this guy is worse than my oversized planet Bazoo, said Ahmed. Crud, maybe my plan to take over are futile, said Luke. Master, may I beg your pardon if we destroy me or lose potential? You need another evil queen like Ahmed in your ranks to serve the Empire and destroy both the Super Sentai and Power Rangers, said Sakrina. Honestly, Renegade could just do everything he's done so far with it using only Mux and the plot wouldn't change much. He does not need another evil queen, it's the bottom line. That's right, said Braidron. You need all the help we can get. We need all the help we can get to beat those accursed Super Sentai and Power Rangers. I'll remember that for the next chapter. I guess you're right, said Renegade. So part of today is enough, but Ben, think of what you two new recruits can do for me. On my hand, I will still continue my list of destructive activities to do. Thank you, sire, said Galuk and Ahmed, who then also received an electric shock. Thought the punishment was over. Fleurs was then entering with a bottle of red wine to pour into Renegades' glass, not realizing he may be sent to his death any time soon. Pretty sure most of the characters are threat of being sent to death. As when he screwed once more and all the wine got poured on the floor. How do you do that? Well, Fleurs is usually a scrub. You'll now have to rethink your service's record as being always bad, said Valgo, then kicked him aside. Again, he's the one villain who's actually succeeded so far. Back to the heroes, the changed men and the flashmen are eating at the Tonkatsu restaurant of Yuma together with the heroes. Who thought her food was this delicious, said Luca. You've been to her before. We'll get more when we get home, Luca. The chef Gent is cooking more food than you've ever imagined, said Captain Marvelous. Cole was also enjoying his time at the restaurant. However, it was soon time to leave for the future. Heroes are now being called back. We bid you farewell, said Commander Vicky. And we too, said Captain Marvelous. Heroes prepared to depart for the future where the others are waiting for them. It was really a long day after all. Good job, Captain Marvelous, said Luca. Thanks, said Captain Marvelous. I hope we can save Preserve, the most precious planet in the universe, said Luca. Adam, I guess a new life can start. Sam Lewis can start it for the first time, said Catherine. I think so too, Cap. I just wonder if there's anything going on between Billy and Ranma as of right now, said Adam. You can see it from space. Cole realized that the true power of the Red Conga guest out was of other people. He wasn't going to let any disappointments stop him from his duties. Akub was counting on him to keep the balance of Super Sentai and Power Rangers. If Sakura can't like me, then I can't force her either. If I get her good, I can't. If I can't, I just accept it. But right now, I do whatever it takes to win her heart and win or lose gracefully in the end. And whatever her decision will be, I'll accept the outcome, said Cole to himself. Oh, Cole, but now's not the time to be now's not the time. Think too much of Sakura. She'll have more training to do. Sakura ready could read his thoughts. Oh, sorry, I got carried off, said Cole. Meanwhile, Takushiba and Mako are still seen drawing candy instead of creating one rock after the other, filling the place with bowls of rocks per spikes a pound. They can't just bring rocks up from Earth. This seems more inhumane than what Spike did. Spike, we seem a very disturbed face lesson. I do hope you learn your lesson, Spike. It's not polite to peep on women and play in the shower room, said Mako, still bringing in more rocks at the quarry. You'll keep pounding all these rocks till your quota is over, said Takushiba, meaning the quota is full. Oh, and just wait till he eats what I prepared for him, said Marco, giggling. In fact, it is welcoming dinner as your future stepfather. Oh, sure, Marco, guess it's going to knock him out, but he'll repent of his deeds, said Takushiba, laughing. I know you mean future stepfather in the other way round. What other way round? Yeah, right, if he'll ever accept him, said Marco. As then moaning and angry of bringing in more rocks. Takushiba and Marco helped him unload the rocks at the labour bay area. No, not more rocks. Please be merciful, said Spike. He was still angry, so he was pounding more rocks with a huge hammer. His arms are aching from all the hard labour. What a wuss. Well, keep pounding them, Spike. Well, keep pounding them, Spike, said Mako. Spike was seen crying in a comedic manner. Nothing about this is particularly comedic. While pounding Graven with his foot, he was chained to a steel ball. The same kind of steel ball that was used to pin Eren Natsuki down, which nullified any henshin powers, which, considering Spike doesn't have any, is a pointless addition, but whatever. Kaoru then came in. Spike, it's time for dinner, said Kaoru. What for dinner, my love? Asked Spike. Maybe we can eat together, but only if I can set a candlelight dinner here, just you and me. Yukito's burnt chicken cooked with lots of sugar, as well as infamous sponge curry. Oyaka prepared some of her infamous yucky bento. Mako prepared some of her infamous yucky bento, said Kaoru. The smell of Yukito's and Mako's cooking filled the place. Spike began to beg. Anything but bad. Kaoru, my love, be merciful to me, said Spike. Well, you asked for it. Eat or you have no dinner at all, said Kaoru angrily. No, said Spike. He smelled the awful food. Kaoru left Spike crying over his dinner. Spike was seen disgusted over food, but he decided to eat it anyway because he was too hungry. Worst of all, Kaoru wasn't paying attention to him. Mako and Takushima finally seen to get a new Spike Eye-based cafeteria. Spending their time at the fancy restaurant may have their lonely moment together. I don't know if we can go to that fancy restaurant again or somewhere else, said Mako. Pretty sure that restaurant will probably be closed by now due to the whole war going on Earth. Sure, Mako, no problem, said Takushima. As long as they don't ask me to cook for regular food, I'm fine. Yukito, man, he can't see through what he can't do, said Mako. Oh, so that mean you're in your way? You're bad cooking, you're doing it anyway? Hey, wow, way to self-defeat. Scene end, them together at the cafeteria saying their moments. Let's believe it's a shorter chapter than most, so it's not as egregiously bad. But still, it's pretty awful, especially given the lack of detail in what could have been a fairly cool team-up battle. Well, in any way, the mission of the whole range of key aspects just also makes the fight less interesting. Anyway, join us next time for Chapter 23, another Taku's Gone Ghetto, where I now discuss one commonly used plot point that is used way too often, and no matter how little it actually works.